I'm standing in front of Sir John A. Macdonald's statue. Just 5 years ago, this statue was defaced by protesters in July 2020. Now, if you cast your mind back, that was the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Black Lives Matter, and the George Floyd protests. At the same time, there were protesters arguing for a break of Canada's colonial past, arguing that statues like Sir John A. Macdonald, Egerton Ryerson, and others were a representation of Canada's colonial past and the values that Canada still upheld. This actually culminated with the statue of Egerton Ryerson, not too far from where we are right now, being defaced and even beheaded, forcing Ryerson University to be renamed to Toronto Metropolitan University in response to the protests. Sir John A. Macdonald's statue was not spared. It too was vandalized in July 2020, forcing the province to put up plywood around the statue and establishing a committee to determine what to be done with this statue. And the reason why is because other cities like Ottawa actually removed their statues and placed them in other parks around the city. But what the committee ruled just 2 or 3 weeks ago was that the plywood should come down, a protective barrier should be put over the statue to prevent defacing, and a plaque should be put up. And the plaque should be that we recognize the past and we learn from the past as well. This exact view was what moderates were thinking the entire time 5 years ago. I remember talking about this on my podcast, but why would we take down statues when it's not reflective of the values that we have today? But what was interesting is at that time, there were very strong political voices on the extremes of our political discourse that had a lot of power with decision makers who actually saw their point of view and agreed with them. But 5 years later, the political climate has changed. There are more people speaking up about that kind of rhetoric and want us to establish some form of moderate semblance. I'll give you an example. There's a few peace officers right behind me. And as we were setting up for this video, I asked one of them, I said, it's so glad to see the plywood come down because defacing a statue doesn't change our past. You know what he said to me? He said, "Thank you for saying that. It doesn't change our past. And I wish more and more Canadians were saying that." So to all the moderates out there, your voices have been heard. We can't change our past here in Canada, but we certainly can learn from them. These statues, they do not represent the morals and ethics of that time period alone. They represent our history as a nation that's crunchy and chunky and filled with good and bad that we can all learn from. So let me know what you think. Do you think taking down these statues is a good thing or a bad thing? Let me know what you think in the comment section below.